Last night, my cat bit me right in the middle. It
Oh no.
was amazing.
Crazy. All right. So we are live. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the Beautiful Nation crew, and we are going to walk you through our geosocial network. Anyone who's teaching today knows that students are using technology to communicate with each other. And the Beautiful Nation Project has a goal of creating positive pathways for students to communicate, collaborate on meaningful works, science projects that investigate their world, and hopefully we'll be fostering that kind of dialogue that leads to problem solving on global scale, which is what we need. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the master behind our geosocial network, Justin Farrow, and then we'll have our marine scientist, Shannon Hagan, talk about some of the tools that he has built in and exactly how they help classrooms and students. And Julene Reed is with us. She is a Google educator and also a mentor to me from the HP Catalyst Initiative. So we're happy to have her live with us. And Justin, will you just lead us into the network and give us a little bit of an idea of how you built this this Voyage of Makulu Ning platform?
Sure. Well, you know, the platform is actually set up to mimic the Voyage in all respects, and the way that we're doing this is that we're capturing every adventure on the journey, and we'll be pumping it back through our network in this is our dynamic card catalog, which is what we call channels. Now, channels are based around a particular type of subject matter that we'll be exploring in all 49 ports that we visit. And we'll be exploring subjects such as energy, water quality, marine debris, the foods that kids eat there, different kinds of technologies that might be used by teachers in these areas. And you'll see we have several channels that are still in beta and still being built out. This one, the Global Classroom, is actually going to be the mega classroom that's going to show all the different tools that can be incorporated into a virtual classroom to be used inside by teachers and educators. So
I love that.
The Voyage of Makulu, the mega classroom, yeah. Every place that we visit has its own page, which will basically take the RSS feeds for all of the content, videos, and photos that we upload to the network, and they'll be channeled through these pages. So it makes it easy to follow the journey, find out where the boat is, and kind of map to that place. Eventually, it'll have a Google Earth embedded within here, so you'll be able to snap to the place where the girls are and see what they are seeing. We have sponsors that are following the journey and also promoting the journey, one being History Classroom. You can see we've brought in the best aspects of History Classroom into the site to make it easy for followers of the journey to access their content and engage with it. We can do things like bring in, let me show you a video channel. We can bring in videos from a particular YouTube channel or a Vimeo channel, and they open up right on top of the screen, and you can watch at your leisure. We can bring in photos and videos from any social platform. I've built into here several mapping tools, so it makes it easy for you to give your content a geographic reference way of showing it so that it can fall into a map. I've made it easy for you to find and embed and make maps to accompany your content. This is another channel here. That's Agostia. Hold on one second. There we go.
I think the Agostia channel is playing.
Yeah, that was a video I started and didn't finish. So the channel act as basically a dynamic card catalog, so it makes it easy for the educators to mix and mingle the content together from several different locations and create custom curriculum out of our journey together. Let's see. I'll show you an example of a geotagged content.
We're on our call right now.
So one of the things that I wanted to point out with the network and the geosocial part of it, which is what I think you were just alluding to, and also the dynamic pieces of it. So we as a crew are using all of these tools to produce and share our digital media stories, being able to submit content in different forms, so it's reactive to students' questions, whether it's coming through a live broadcast or a recorded session. So students are really directing the crew. We have templated articles, but then we have this kind of live feed of energy coming from that mega classroom. At the same time, all of the tools that we have access to in the network, our classrooms have access to. So we can just as easily connect classrooms in the network to start producing their own digital media stories. And that's something that really gives this network legs into the future. And it is a really exciting piece of that. The 49 cities that we visit, that means each one of those schools is being personally invited to join this living network. Shannon, I'm not sure if you're ready or not. I think that I might take over and do, if you want to do the water quality channel.
Let me try it for a second, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. But I'd love to. So my name is Shannon Hagan, and I am a biologist by trade, and I have worked in marine science and also in aquatic ecology. And I'm really excited to share all sorts of science knowledge with the students that follow our journey. We're just going to give a little example about how we're going to create a community that is not just the boat adding content to the community, but all of us contributing together to investigate our world. So, for example, we have a investigatory tool called the Water Quality page of the Beautiful Nation Project, and I'm going to show you what that might look like. So I'm going to start. And so here on our Beautiful Nation project website, we have the water quality channel. And within that water quality channel, we have a beautiful presentation. But then we also, as we go down, we can take a look, and this is the Plastic Oceans project that we'll talk a little bit later about. But let's talk about water quality. So in the water quality channel, we have an opportunity to actually share data that all of us are going to be collecting. Some students are already collecting water quality data throughout the United States. And with this water quality channel, we'll be able for those students to share with each other the results of their water quality data tests on the ground. I think it's really exciting and super powerful to investigate the area and the world in which you live in. And with this water quality test and an organization called EpiCollect, we're able to actually organize all of that data into one central area. So by clicking on Browsing Project Data, we have actually just 2 entries now, but imagine how many entries we're going to have and how many places in the world we're going to have entries. We have the longitude and latitude of where they took that information, site descriptions, the water body name. We also have information like pH, dissolved oxygen, all the information that really tells us whether that water body is a healthy water body, whether that one is struggling because of a challenge. In addition, we have a map that visually represents that information. Currently, because we do have, it's just in beta testing, and we only have 2 data points. We have data here in Washington State because that is where I am. But imagine that, as we continue our journey and we have students testing the water in their local areas, the pinpoints that will be on this map will be really, really big. And it'll be on the West Coast, it'll be on the East Coast, it will be all over the world, because while we're on the journey, we'll also be checking our water. We'll be able to print up those data points. We'll be able to look at them on a map, and then we'll also be able to have those students, if they have further projects in their classroom about water quality, they'll be able to even have a venue inside of our geosocial network to be able to say, hey, yeah, we did additional investigations. We did a whole report on it. Here's our scientific paper that we came up with. Here are the photos of us taking water quality. This is our poster. Really similar to what you might see, say, in a college classroom. So,
awesome, Shannon. Yeah.
I just I just wanted to quickly show you how that data gets in there, because everyone loves the opportunity to have their handheld devices, and I think a lot of kids have a tendency to look at these devices. And can you guys see me again?
Yeah, we're looking at
my face?
Not just. We had you for just a second.
Okay.
There
we are. We're back. So all the kids are really excited about their handheld devices, but I think that they have an idea about handheld devices, that it's all about checking in with their friends on Facebook, and we really want to redefine those handheld devices as tools for their classroom learning. This is one way that we are going to help in that way. For example, I have my handheld device here. It's an iPod, and on that iPod, I have the EpiCollect app right here. And that is the venue with which we are going to add our data. So this EpiCollect app actually has an opportunity to geolocate the area where those students are taking data in the field. They also have the opportunity to upload the photos of the kids taking the data in the field. That goes directly into what we just saw on our screens, and that information is able to be accessed by different classrooms all around the world. It's available for iPods, it's available for Android apps, and I think that it's going to be a really exciting way to start that redefinition of handheld technology for kids in their minds. And I think that's pretty much what I...
And Shannon, I'm going to jump in here because a lot of what we're doing in education focuses on citizen science and authentic real-world data. So that's perfect. Good job.
Thanks. We're excited about it.
I'm so excited. And, you know, when we think about the network, and we're going to wrap up here because these are short little, you know, snippets. So I think you've got a lot. But we think about the network, it's so dynamic, it's going to allow us to really connect with the students, and it's also going to allow the students to really connect with each other and with the earth, and that's what we aim to do, and I'm so thrilled to see how technology and the talents of our crew here are coming together. So Julene, did you have any more questions or thoughts that you wanted to add before we wrap up?
Sure. I don't have any real questions other than I work a lot in education. I'm an administrator at a school in Memphis, Tennessee, but I also work with nonprofits, Polar Bears International and Jane Goodall's Institute, and I work with Google Geo, and I work with Apple, so lots of different organizations. And what I'm seeing here is this immense toolbox for teachers and educators to pull so many parts of what we're doing for 21st century learning together. We have global collaboration and talking about global competencies. We have Google Mapping. You can even look at Tour Builder for that and do even additional things with that. We have environmental issues that are so important, and kids want to make a real difference in the world, and this gives them that opportunity. Project-based learning, all those different things, and I love the global connections and cultural understanding and relationship building. So what an awesome job this team has done using, and I love, Shannon, how you said use these devices in meaningful ways. That's so important. So congratulations, great job.
Yeah, thank you. Great to hear all of that. We can't wait to get started. All right. Happy rest of your day, folks. Julene, we will be in touch, and everyone, stay tuned for the next episode.
All right. Bye-bye.